What's happening? How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How about you?
I'm doing great. Tired, but I'm doing great.
Oh yeah, that means you're working hard.
It means it's still my sleep time.
Are
You
you a night
know,
owl?
I am a night owl for sure. I think I went to bed early last night. I think I got in about 6 a.m.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Crazy.
don't mind the tiredness. Yeah.
Oh, no problem at all.
So how you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Yeah, enjoying the nice weather we're having here in Boston. Feels like
Yeah,
summer
that's
in November.
what's the temp up there right now?
It's actually in the 70s, low 70s.
Nice.
I know.
Right.
And it's funny
Kind of
because
makes me.
we had snow just a week ago. So we've gone from snow to 70s.
I heard that it's crazy up there, and I kind of miss it. But every time I start missing New York, I'm like, I walk outside, it's 80 degrees and there's palm trees, so I'm happy.
Oh yeah. I love
Yeah,
that. Is that
yeah.
your home studio there?
Say that again.
Is that a home studio behind you?
It is. This is where the sadness and magic happens. Yeah,
Really
it's
cool.
yeah. I've had this stuff for quite some time now, and we make so far we made everything on it for the last however long. So it's cool. It's cool. I like being able to just come up here and just be able to jam tunes out and get it recorded when it needs to be. It's
Absolutely.
yeah. I don't really like the pressure of having to really write songs and do that. It's just come up here, whatever happens happens, and that's what was meant to be at the time.
Yeah, just let the creativity flow naturally.
That's it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, well, I
So
want to talk about your latest song, Throw It Away. That's
all
like a
right.
proper rock song. I love it.
Right on. Good. I'm glad. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's we put out an EP a couple years ago, and it was finally time to just make a record, and Throw It Away was it, I wouldn't even really say we were really thinking about making a record, but Throw It Away just kind of happened. We were just jamming on the riff, and it was oddly enough like the first song and last song to be written for the record. So we got all the music done for it. Like it came out in like 5 minutes. And I just kept hearing Throw It Away, but no lyrics. No matter what we did, no matter what I did, you just couldn't come up with anything. And the song almost got scrubbed at the end.
Oh, wow.
And my manager had come back to me and he's like, "Hey, what about that song Throw It Away that you were goofing on?" And a bottle of whiskey later, the lyrics happened, and I don't even really remember tracking the vocals for it. It just happened. It was like, I was sitting at my bar downstairs and just coming up with it, and oh, this is great. And I ran right upstairs, hit the record button, and boom, there it was.
Thanks to that whiskey.
Yeah, always thanks to that whiskey somehow.
You should call it That Damn Whiskey.
The EP is called Beer Born Rock and Roll. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's somehow there's always booze involved, and I don't know how that happens, but you know,
It
it's
does.
it's rock and roll.
Right. And for you, what makes a good rock song?
Oh boy, that's really kind of hard to say. Like I don't know. If it's just cranking, it's something you just want to turn to 11 on your car radio or whatever you're listening to and just jam out. That's
Yeah,
a rock song right
just
there.
has a good feeling to it, right?
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a rock band. It's rock. It's just rock and roll. If it's meant to be turned up loud, and you can get
Exactly.
down with that, that's rock and roll. I don't really think there's a definition to it.
That's true. That's very true. Is there a certain album or artist you're listening to right now, like on repeat?
Uh,
Or is it right now your own music that's taking up your
no,
time?
actually, I mean, it's crazy that I love all the songs that we have. I love everything that's on the record, but even in the pandemic, it's like, fuck, man, I'm burnt out on this right now. It's like, how many times can you listen? Especially since the video came out, that's all I'm hearing is da, 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 da. And, I put my phone on and I'll put on a playlist and, my song will come up and I'm like, damn it. I'm so sick of it, but I can't help just turn it up and crank it, So, I've always got Ozzy or Black Label jam, blasting away. Like, I always seem to come back to that no matter what.
Yeah, it gets the adrenaline going.
Absolutely. Ozzy's always been, he's always been, my favorite. It was like that's what got me into rock and roll was Ozzy, and then I remember seeing Zakk Wylde for the first time. I don't even remember, didn't even realize who he was, and I went to go see the No More, what was it, No More Tours, and what was it, like 91, 92 with Ozzy, and I just remember seeing Zakk, and I was young, so, but I saw him and I was just like, that's fucking awesome. That guy's wild, man. So he's, it's Randy Rhodes and Zakk and,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you've been in the industry for, a couple decades. Is there anything from your early days in the music industry that you really miss and wish would come back to the industry today? Or do you kind of
the whole
mechanic
on one side of it, as an artist and with the music, I kind of miss the mechanics of everything, I really do. I'm kind of miss being force-fed Poison on the radio or Motley Crue, where it's just now, you turn on your phone, that's the only place to hear it, and it's just, da-da-da-da-da, who's that, and I kind of miss that because it's just, I don't know if there's, look, reality, who doesn't want to go out there and play arenas, I miss that. That's what I grew up with. I miss, I missed all that, going to the arena and having just terrible, terrible sound, but it was, just a great rock party. But, that being said, going to the clubs and rocking out too is pretty great, a little bit more difficult to to get hammered because it's not exactly a big parking lot to fall asleep in anymore, and it talks about you. But so I think that's what I miss the most. I like the fact that people, emerging artists and bands or whatever, they've got a lot of opportunity nowadays that you didn't have back then. It's like you had to go out there and. I used to play in a band, I think when I was about 16, and we had a great following in New Jersey. And it's just crazy because we go and we hit the clubs and every night we're selling out, but it went absolutely nowhere. It's just that guy who wasn't there to quote unquote discover it. But now you just slap stuff up on YouTube and social media and start pushing it around. But of course that also, I kind of feel it devalues everything, I grew up like, I got it with White Snake and Skid Row and Ozzy, and these guys were all untouchable. You go see a show and it's like, man, that's what I want to be. That's like, that's it. And nowadays it's like, Joe Schmo from next door. Hey man, that's the guy in Five Finger Death Punch. Who cares, So it's really kind of turned into more, I think, more relatable, I guess you could say, because of the way, I think that the mechanics of it are now. But, I miss that whole feeling. And I just haven't really felt that in a long time, of being able to be like, wow, that guy's a star, man. I want to be that, And I still get that with Zakk Wylde every time. So, go out and
He's
see
got that magic aurora.
God bless Eddie Van Halen, but now all we got left is Zakk, So
yeah,
that's
so many great guys have, passed away recently. It's terrible.
2020, I'm telling you, and we purposely decided not to put the record out. The record was actually done, and we got it. It came back for mastering like 6 days before everything went into lockdown. So we were still kind of planning the release and like, oh, how are we going to do this? And now I'm like, dude, I do not want 2020 stamped on that record at all. Man. It's like, hello beer coasters, that's all it'll be good for, So we'll wait till I think we're shooting for spring of 2021 now.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully the curse will be gone by then.
Man, I hope so. This year, it's been crazy. It's crazy. How is it up there? You guys still like completely and just, don't
Yeah,
go anywhere
actually,
mode?
yeah, the mayor of Boston just put into effect kind of like a curfew.
Oh,
So
God.
alcohol will stop being served at 9:30 p.m.
What?
and no public gatherings after 9:30 p.m. So
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get it. The
yeah,
virus stops after 8,
yeah, I guess that's what we have to do to keep things contained.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, though. I'm down in Savannah, Georgia now for a couple of years. And I, they, I mean, Georgia's like a mecca right now, from what I understand and what I've been reading. I'm trying to distance myself from all that dribble. It just make me go insane. But nobody does really what they're supposed to here. And
Yeah, blame it on the college students.
as soon as all these college kids came back, it was like we had like what 500-600 cases, on this side of Georgia. And as soon as these college kids came back, it was like, bam,
Yep, they
you
ruined it
guys are
all.
screwed.
I know
So
they want to have fun, but come on, you're ruining it for the rest of us.
yeah, and nobody really enforces anything down here. I had the misfortune of having to go to Walmart the other day, and it's like, oh, you need a mask to enter these premises. You walk in there, and it's like anybody under 23, they don't give this nobody's walking around, and nobody's willing to enforce it. They're like, well, I don't want to get in a fight or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, because people react with violence when they're being told to wear a mask. So it's like,
It's crazy. What, dude? Like, just follow direction. It's, come on, follow direction. It's simple. Don't be that guy. I mean, I know we all want to be different and stuff, but come on, we got to end this so we can get back to rocking and rolling. These
exactly.
shows. It's crazy right now. I don't even know what's going to happen. The next thing I've got on the schedule is September 11th, 2021, with some festival in Florida. And it's like, who knows if that's even going to happen.
I hope so.
I hope so too. I hope like really sooner than later. This is the longest I've ever been home since I been like 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Started out pretty young. I mean, I got my first gig when I was 15, and I was just school, rock and roll, school, rock and bye. So went out, and I've just been doing it ever since. And that's not to say I've been a musician ever. I mean, I've always been a musician, but I've done a lot of different things, in this gig. And then when I was back in New York, I owned an audio and lighting company for a while, so we got to do all the shows in the city, and that was pretty wild. I miss those days. And I go out and tour and do sound for some other artists too. So
Oh, so you've been on all sides of the concert
yeah,
industry.
I love it all. I really do. I love it. I mean, there's nothing better than getting out there and getting up on stage and playing and making music. But like I was saying before, it's a different animal nowadays. So unless you're God, even I don't even know if even if you're selling tons of records, are you really making any money? So it's more like just got to get out there and do it and continue to try to survive. Pick up beer cans on the street and go sell them at the recycling centers.
Oh gosh.
I
I've
mean,
seen
it's not
people
that
do that
bad.
around Boston, and it's like they probably wake up at 5 a.m. to start doing it.
I'll tell you, ever since the pandemics happened, the streets down here, they're picked clean. It's great. There's no more beer cans on the side of the road. So, thank you, pandemic, for cleaning this area up a little bit.
Exactly, right? There's a silver lining for everything.
Exactly. You gotta look at the positive, right?
So, talking about the album, what's your main goal with this album, and what was the vibe you're going for?
Honestly, I mean, this is the interesting thing is, I'll kind of go in and, thinking about what I want to write or what I want to do. And it never comes out that way ever, So what I hear in my head never seems to be able to translate to you know, on the guitar. And then you just, you know, once it starts happening, you just, all these different flavors start coming out and you're like, wow, I never thought about that, or I never heard that, or you know, it's fun to just play around. So, I mean, I kind of went in, which was kind of difficult because I really want to do, I just want to get into the studio, and it seems like nobody really does this anymore, you know, and I just want to do it Beatles style or Led Zeppelin style, like get us all into the same room, just blank slate, let's play, and just make whatever comes out is what comes out. Let's make a rock and roll record, just, you know, guitars, drums, bass, and vocals. And yeah, so this was a little different because, you know, we tracked everything separately. Ryan lives out in, you know, the other side of the country. So, you know, I had to do my parts and send him the stuff. Then he flew out here and we tracked the drums and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't really like doing that because it just, you know, this is why I kind of try to use this console here because, you know, I grew up recording on reel-to-reels, and whatever you were just, you had to make it work, you know, whatever you were limited to is what the tool was, and that's what you had to do. So now with the computers and Pro Tools and all that, and I got 4,000 tracks that I could record on this thing. So I try to just go back and, you know, this console's 32 channels, that's all we're doing, you know, and if something's missing, oh well, you know, that's just the way it is. And so I really kind of wanted to go in with just a straight rock and roll record, you know. I want not so much AC/DC, but kind of in that vein of just bam, 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 pumping your face. And it's not exactly how it turned out. I mean, it's still a rock record, and I think it's still in your face, but there's a lot of different, there's more of a, I guess more of that 90s and newer vibe to it, which I really wasn't expecting to happen. But, you know, you throw some other guys in the mix and, you know, they like what they like. And Ryan's like in love with this band called Protest the Heroes. So, you know, he, that kind of translates over to what he listens to and what I listen to. So, that's just kind of how it came out.
So it has a little bit of each of your influences,
yeah.
I guess, kind of blended together.
Which is, it's kind of cool. And I think it made something really, something, I mean, honestly, I never thought it was going to turn out. There's a song on there called Good Enough, and that should be coming out pretty soon. And it was literally like, it was written the very last second. I didn't, you know, I had, once again, you know, thank you, whiskey and Jack Daniels, you know, please listen to this and support us. But, you know, I was just kind of knocking them back like I do. And, I have this little practice amp in the control room here. And, I just jammed a microphone up to it and did this thing on the wah, and it just kind of came out. So it's the only song that's kind of pieced together, because I don't even remember doing that riff. And when I go back to play it, I can't even play it the same way. I don't know how I did it. I don't know what happened. It just happened. And, you know, I went back and toward the end, it's like, we were all kind of like, that's good, but there's something kind of missing to the record here. And I listened to that riff again. I was like, what is that? And then it just happened. I think that whole song was written in maybe, it was basically written in real time. There was just that riff, and the actual riff that I did in the control room here was left on just in kind of demo version. So, you know, and it just built from there, and the whole thing just completely came out in real time. The lyrics, the song, and it was literally, I'm sitting here playing the guitars, I'm just singing out these lyrics that I didn't even know what I was saying. They just came out. So the whole thing was written in real time, and it's like, that's my favorite song on the whole record now. That's pretty wild. You know,
that's awesome.
Can't wait for it. Yeah. So I like it when things like that happen.
Yeah, it's awesome when something comes to you effortlessly, and you're like, how is this happening? It's just, you know, coming out.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And that's, like I was saying, I always kind of try to plan what I want to do. Man, 50-50 plan what I want to do, but it never ever happens that way, you know. So I've just kind of learned to let's let it go, and just what happens is what happens. And, you know, that's what's meant to happen in that moment in time, you know?
Yeah. They say, que
So,
sera, sera.
yeah,
What will be,
exactly.
will be.
So that's, you know, that's why I want to get everybody into the same room at the same time, because whatever's meant to just kind of come out is what's going to come out at that moment in time. And, you know, I don't look at it as like I'm trying to write a record to sell or be big. I mean, we all want to sell it, of course, but,
Of course.
you know, I'm not trying to do something that's going to be like, hey, man, like we got to write a hit here. Nah, that ain't what this is all about, you know?
Right. You have to enjoy what you're doing and kind of do it for yourself first.
Do what you love and love what you do, you know?
Exactly.
That's it. And the rest will all come along.
And I heard you're also assembling a live band. Can you say anything about that? What we can
Yeah,
expect from
so
your live shows?
there's still, so I, oh man, you know, it's amazing how one thing just kind of leads into another. You know, I've been doing sound with a band called Lacuna Coil for, well, I guess it's going on 12 years now. And oh, we used to play a great venue up in Boston too, and I can't remember the name of it now.
Oh,
It was beautiful. It's kind of like this ballroom inside almost, and it was pretty wild. I remember it's in kind of near a theater district. So I remember coming out of the venue, and
oh, it might have been like the Orpheum.
I think it was
Was
probably
it
the Orpheum.
was it near the Boston Common where the park is?
I believe so.
It might have been the Orpheum.
Is that still there?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I heard it was gone. I don't, or whatever. Some venue that we used to go to a lot was shut down now. So I don't remember. Maybe it's the Orpheum, but what the heck were we talking about?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, so
your
you
live
know, I've been
show.
with Lacuna forever, and you know, Ryan ended up replacing Chicho on that band, and we just became tight, man. I mean, I talk to Ryan every day. Every Friday and Saturday we have you know, video game night. You know, like I say, he lives out, you know, on the other side of the country, and I'm stuck over here, and you know, there's nothing to do. So he left Lacuna right around the same time that I started making this record, and I just simply asked him, like, hey man, you want to come out and do this with me? And he was like, fuck yeah. So he came out, and that's what we did there. And so he you know, a little twist in his arm, and I think as soon as we can play some shows again, he'll be out there. And I did right before we kind of went into pandemic mode, I did a show over at the Masquerade, and I had I don't know if you know that band King. They were super awesome, and the bass player Tony, he came out and did that show with me, and a couple other guys, and this guy Goji from Madam Mayhem, who's just a sick guitar player. So he joined me, and I think we're going to be doing it all together as soon as this comes out. I'm not sure where Tony's at, to be honest, so I don't know if he's gonna come play or not. So, you know, there's might be a bass position open, there might not be. I don't know. It's been a while, and everybody's kind of going crazy with you know, this pandemic on what the next step is, you know. And I know a couple guys who were you know, really dedicated to music and doing this have just kind of lost the plot, you know, and they've moved on to other things, gotten themselves better jobs somehow during this, and they're just like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna stay at home and make money, and the heck with rock and roll. And you know what? I don't want that in my life. So, you know, if there's you don't want to come out and rock, don't come out and rock, you know. It's got to be inside you. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
And I hope, you know, things will improve next year so that I can see you guys live in Boston.
absolutely. I love Boston, you know, so I'll be up there soon.
Yeah, I just hope, you know, all these venues can hold on a little bit longer. And
It's crazy. It really is. You know, I mean, I know a lot of places are starting to close their doors, you know.
yeah, same here in Boston, which is really sad. You know,
It sucks.
like all the small ones are starting to go under. The large ones, you know, they have plenty of financing so they can
Yeah,
survive.
well,
But fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. There's I think there's a lot of crap going on behind the scenes that I keep hearing about, and it's a little
Mm.
scary. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
But
I keep telling people support these bands, and support the venues as much as you can.
yeah, well, it's weird. Before, on my social media feeds and all that, before this year started, it was always just filled with music and music and music. And now all I just see is like, we're out of toilet paper. We're all gonna die. And,
People start hoarding toilet paper.
so it's like, man, with all the crap that's floating around on the, no pun intended, but crap thing. But I mean, it went from toilet paper to everybody's dying to, I mean, what else happened? To now with the election, it's like there's really I don't see anything really happening even on social media too much with music. Everybody's just like in this pure state of chaos. And that's exactly why you need music, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I keep saying, like, down here, they got, I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but, there's, you're supposed to be wearing your mask when you go into a store down here. But some stores are putting up these signs like, no mask required. But by entering these premises, you're waiving your rights to, basically live if you get the sickness and you can't sue us. So, kind of like, ding, like, it's all they need to do if you're a ticket buyer, like. But then again, look what happened at Sturgis. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to say, but people need this really bad right now. I mean, the whole reason you go out and see music or listening to music is to forget your crappy ass,
Yeah, it's
life.
therapy.
It's therapy, and then every time I go to a show, and it's whether I'm working it, playing it, just going there as to watch it. I don't remember that I got all this crap to do at home. I don't remember how much my life sucks, like we need it, and it's a big problem. It's almost like psychological torture here.
It is.
And I don't even know where to begin with talking about all that.
I know, right?
Chaos.
All we know is that we need it. We need music.
We need it bad. When was the last time you got to go out and see a show?
Oh gosh, this had to be probably in like November. So it's been a long time for me. It's last November, so like a full year.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's actually, I think that was probably about the same time I got to go actually see it. Oh no, it was February. I was out with Laguna Coil in South America. We forget. But the last show I think I actually went to go see was like in November. So that's crazy.
It's hard to know. It's been a full year. I don't know how I survived.
You and me both. It's crazy. It's crazy. And this is all I've been doing for basically all of my life. So I'm like, what do I do? And I've mowed the lawn like 15 times in one day the other day just for something to do, going bonkers here, So, but the good news is, there's lots of more songs that keep getting written. So we'll see what happens. But at this point, I should have like 30 records coming out.
You can be prolific in your songwriting.
Yeah, that's all I keep doing is just, when I start going bonkers, I come up here, pick up a guitar, and just next thing I know, it's 2 days later and I'm still sitting here playing. So,
What would you say is like the most interesting place a song idea has come to you?
Oh.
Or like, do you ever come up with song ideas while you're dreaming and then wake up and be like, "Ooh, I gotta"?
Yes, but the problem is, I always forget it as soon as I wake up.
Yeah.
Always. Like, I do remember. It was like a couple weeks, couple months. I don't even know where I am with time anymore. It's all just. But I remember this. It was like the best song I ever heard in my life. I was like, "This is it. This is the most amazing thing in the world." I'm like, wake up, man, wake up, go do this. And I woke up and I was like, I need coffee. And then it was gone.
Oh, no.
That sucked. I really, and it's funny, I used to keep just a little recorder next to next to my bed. So if I did wake up, I could just like hum the tune real quick. But most of the times I would do that and then wake up, what the hell is that? That's not awesome.
It'd be
So
interesting if someone could ever create a machine or device that could record your dream.
that would be awesome. I actually think about that a lot, you know. I'm like, man, some of the like I'd have hit TV shows, I'm telling you, you know.
Yeah, that would be like something in like Black Mirror, the TV show Black Mirror. Have you ever seen that?
I have. I have. I haven't seen it in a while. I think I stopped. I caught season one of it, and I think I started. I don't watch too much TV, to be honest. I don't even, aside from this thing back there, which I just use as a monitor. I don't even have a TV. I really never watch TV. Occasionally, I'll put on Netflix if you know, I'm having trouble sleeping or something. But I'm more of a, you know, got to get stuff done. You
Yeah,
know,
gotta use your creativity.
gotta go. So
Yeah.
you know, I like to interact. You know, I don't want to just sit there and veg out on
Yeah, couch potato.
yeah, I've never really been that way. I like interacting and being out there and talking with people. And
Oh, that's good.
yeah, it's that, yeah. That's funny. You asked me something before, and you know, that was something I really miss about touring too, is, you know, back in the day before we didn't have cell phones, it's like, I remember I used to have to call my mom, you know, on a pay phone somewhere at some gas station or truck stop. And we all used to hang out in the bus, you know, we talk, we party, you know, everything was great. And now everybody's just, you know, you get on the bus and it's like, hey, what's going on? You know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
texting on the phone. I was out with this one band, and I remember I was talking to the person across from me, and literally like everybody, all 12 of them, everybody's just sitting in the front lounge on the bus, just texting away. And I'm like, yo, hey man, I got this story to tell, yo. And finally, I just on the phone, I'm like, yo, look up. Oh, I'm like, man, come on, somebody party with me, you know. So it's kind of lame, you know. Now, you know, the rock and roll is kind of over with that, you know. Now I find myself at 4 a.m. sitting on the bus, just literally in the front seat, hanging with the bus driver, you know, clacking back my my whiskey and beer, you know.
The one person you can interact with.
Yeah, at least they're nuts, man. I haven't met one bus driver who isn't completely out of their freaking mind. So, you
That's
know,
good.
yeah, it makes it pretty interesting for 4 a.m. conversation.
I can imagine.
Yeah, you know, so it's but people need to get back to interacting.
I know. I miss that.
Yeah, it's it's really just, it's crazy. Everybody I meet is, you know, this, you know.
I feel like a lot of people have social anxiety now because they're so used to just communicating through their phone.
It is. It's weird, you know. It's. I went on a couple, like, I tried this whole like online dating thing for a second, you know, and it's like, man, you're not the same person I was talking to. Like, who are you? You know, like, man. So that fizzles out pretty quick, you know. I'm just waiting for the
That's a
bars.
bummer.
It's a bummer, you know. Just open up a library. Come on, that's where, you know. Meet somebody there. I don't know.
Well, to sum up, you know, is there anything else people should look out for from them damn kings?
Them damn kings. I mean, well, you can obviously find us online: Facebook, website, Instagram. I think there's a Twitter now. I keep getting hacked with everything. I had an Instagram account before, and I somehow got hacked up and had to start another one. I don't know if I just can't remember how to get into my Twitter account or not. So anyway, there's a brand new Twitter account. So if you go up there and you see, you know, them damn kings official, that's not it anymore. It's like them _, damn _ kings. You know, you'll see it. It's the only one that's going to be active. As far as we got a couple more songs coming out over the next couple months. I'm not sure which one's going to come out first or second or what we're doing. And, you know, I'm trying to get everybody out here to shoot an actual video. That was bonkers trying to do a video in a pandemic.
Oh, I can imagine.
We all, you know, Goji did his part, and Stoney and Ryan and me all over the freaking country, you know, and I had an actual plot for the video of, you know, what it was supposed to be, and it's just nothing was working. So I'm like, there's no movement. Everything's just static. This is crap, you know, I don't know what to do. And, you know, just a little accident happened in there. I'm like, cool, man. And it just kind of turned into this 70s trippy rock and roll kind of video. So it really worked out. I think we're like, you know, one of the only bands to make an actual music video in a pandemic instead of the little 4 squares and we're all playing at home. So
Oh yeah.
the next step is to try to get everybody somewhere in one location at the same time and actually shoot a proper music video and get that out there. So I'm hoping by Christmas maybe we'll have something else out, and maybe February, March, one more, and then hopefully things will be getting back to normal. We can go out and start playing shows, and then the album can come out, and you're either gonna hate us or you're gonna love us. So
Sounds good. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. You'll be one of the first people to get it. So that's cool. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm really excited for you guys. I love, like I said, I love Throw It Away.
Awesome.
It had me like head bobbing the whole time.
All right, good. That's exactly what that's, you know, like I was saying before, you know, it didn't go exactly the same, you know, the way that I wanted it to in my head, but as long as you got it loud and you're bopping your head, that's what matters. That's rock and roll.
That means you succeeded.
Good. I'm glad. Perfect. That's all we ever wanted to do.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time, Jef. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.